So, today is my third dubbing anniversary! Yay! But I will not be recording any videos. Like, technically I have taken a break from dubbing, but since I moved out of the dorms into an apartment where I have roommates who leave and I have opportunities to dub and stuff, I have been, trying to jump back onto the bandwagon as well as I can. Mainly I've just been staying in small groups with people that I really know, so that if it turns out that I can't get lines for a while, small stuff like that. Huge hand gestures. Um, the reason I will not be doing any sort of celebratory thing is because, as you probably know, Sendai was hit by a huge earthquake and tsunami yesterday. I'm in Japan right now, and it's about 11:30 in the morning. This happened about 3 p.m. yesterday. Um, Sendai got hit by a huge earthquake, tsunami. I'm not in Sendai. I'm about 300 kilometers south in Tokyo. But from what I can tell, I guess CNN has been covering the Tokyo quake too. We had a 7.9, which is nothing compared to the 8.9 that Sendai got. But 7.9 is no cakewalk. Everyone's been comparing it to the Loma Prieta earthquake in San Francisco in 1989. That was like a 7.3. This is a 7.9. I was at school when it happened. I was on the 6th floor of my school, which is in an office building. And it started to shake, and we're like, oh, there's another earthquake, let's just hang out for a while. And it started to get a little bigger, and we're like, well, maybe we should really think about going downstairs. But we weren't sure. We didn't want to be like that one class who runs downstairs because of a tiny earthquake. And then the blinds started bashing against the windows. And that's when we were like, maybe it would be a good idea to go downstairs. And that's when we stampeded out of the classroom, flung each other down 6 flights of stairs. It was awful. Went running out, stood around for a while. Then they let us back in. Which, now I'm looking back, that was a really stupid decision. Because when you have a 7.9 earthquake and you know it's a 7.9, there are going to be aftershocks. Speaking of aftershocks, if you look up here and see my hanger shaking, that's because we're having another aftershock. Maybe if you're lucky, we'll get hit by another one during this video. Yes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, it made us go back into the classroom. I had just sat down in my second class, which both classes I was super excited to be talking about, because my music class was talking about Japanese music and was listening to enka and modern pop, and in my history class is Japanese history, and I'm a history nerd, so it's everything about it's awesome. We had just sat down, we're about to start class, when we hit by another major aftershock, and it was so we all ran downstairs again. That's when they were like, okay, well, obviously this is a big deal. Bye. We're closing the building. We don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. Yeah, they kicked us out, and my friend and I were like, okay, well, whatever, we can go take the subway, because the subway's underground, and so maybe it's fine. All the trains were stopped. Phones were barely working. We went with my friend. I sat in the cafe. We ate food. Aftershocks were staking the windows, which was really odd. My friend had Twitter open. We're just keeping up with the whole Sendai thing. What disaster! Sorry. Yeah, and it was so bad. We walked around forever. We're like, well, we thought maybe we could take the bus to get home. We can bus hop, because the buses and the taxis were the only thing running at the time. All the buses were packed full of people. Tokyo has a lot of people, and when all those people are being forced out of their office buildings and can't get home, don't have many transportation options. Yes, we walked around. We went back to school. They had let people back in, which was nice of them. Except most of the staff had gone home, except for a couple who were drunk. I guess they had gone drinking like the moment they figured this out, because they were pretty damn drunk. So basically, our school left a whole bunch of teenagers and young adults in an office building that the school doesn't own. We share with a couple of businesses, with people who are camping out downstairs in the lobby. They left us with like 3 really drunk staff members and like 4 Japanese security guards who don't speak English. Yeah, so that's when my friends and I decided that we're gonna go find a taxi. So we walked around for like 3 hours. We could not find a single taxi. No one was picking anyone up. We waited in line for like the official taxi line by one of the stations. The taxis wouldn't even stop. It was, yes, we went back to the school to hang out for a bit, hoping that maybe once it got later we could beat the crowds and get a better chance at grabbing a taxi. People were bringing in alcohol. The teachers didn't care, first off. I heard that students had gotten caught, and the teacher's just like, we're not supposed to be letting you do this, but go ahead. And yay, another aftershock. Yeah, so people were drunk when we left at 9 o'clock. There were a bunch of drunk people trying to break into a vending machine. Thankfully, about 9 o'clock, the Namboku line, which is the line I take home, opened up. So we went to a station that it starts at, so we got seats, which is great because it got so packed we almost didn't get off the train. It was really bad. But, as I've been saying, everyone's been really worried about me, which I really appreciate. I really do. But Tokyo was not hit that bad. The worst parts, in my opinion, have been the aftershock, just because they go on all the time. The train stopped, the phones stopped working, and right now, gas isn't working, so we can't take showers or cook food or anything. But Sendai has really been hit. That's where the epicenter. They got an 8.9 earthquake. That's the 5th largest earthquake since they started recording earthquakes. Just all of the Tokyo region's been getting smashed by the tsunami and the effects of the tsunami. They've been having nuclear reactors. The one in Fukushima or something like that, they've had to evacuate people within 10 kilometers. It's just a really bad situation. So, as a resident of Japan and someone who went through a 7.9 earthquake and did not like it one bit, please, if you have the means and the motivation, you should really donate to UNICEF or some sort of tsunami relief fund. Make sure that's legit, first off. We learned in previous major earthquakes that there are people who are not above, taking advantage of a world disaster to make a bit of extra cash. Please donate. It's just been awful. They're being totally ravaged by the tsunami. People are without homes. It's just awful. I'm really lucky to be in Tokyo because Tokyo we didn't get the worst of it. Tokyo is very structurally sound and very prepared for these major earthquakes. But please, if you've probably been hearing this, I don't know, I don't have a TV, I haven't had time to be catching up with the American news broadcast. All I know is a friend told me that CNN is making the coverage seem like a Michael Bay movie. But please, if you have the means and the motivation, please donate. It's just awful, really awful. And so now I will finish this 10-minute rant. It's been the longest 24 hours of my life. Hopefully this will get better soon. We won't have to see any major earthquakes like this for a while. It's just a really bad situation. And yeah, thank you. Awkward ending.